Good morning, everyone. My name is Hemant. Today, our topic is motion in a plane. In motion in a plane, my taking subtopic is oblique projectile motion. In oblique projectile motion, along x-axis and y-axis, its coordinates and positions find out and maximum height in projectile motion. At maximum height, potential energy and kinetic energy is how much present? In projectile motion, half of its maximum height, then time intervals are how much? And also I discussing time of ascent, time of descent, and time of flight, and range, and its applications, and relative problems are discussing today. Okay, now entering into oblique projectile motion. Generally, you know that when a ball thrown into an air, every person what observing the ball will be traveling a curved path or parabolic path. So now today you prove about that trajectory motion or parabolic path. So let the object be projected with initial velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal. It moves under the influence of gravitational field as a parabolic path. Such projectiles are called oblique projectiles. In now here, when ball thrown in which direction? Upward direction. So only vertical forces and all acting, horizontal forces and all not acting. So horizontal velocities in a parabolic path is always constantly present because no horizontal forces and all acting. So horizontal velocity and all what happened? Constantly present. Then the acceleration along x-axis or horizontal what happened? Zero, because the velocities are constant. Only what velocities under changes? Vertical velocities and all changes. So now here you observe in the according to diagram here angle and all how much there theta and all there. So along when ball thrown how much velocity initially u velocity u thrown. So the initial velocity u is resolved into two perpendicular components along x-axis is here how much there ux is equals to u cos theta, in vertical direction uy is equals to u sin theta. So now you find out along x-axis and along y-axis what terms and all present. So first and all along x-axis. Along x-axis what terms and all present? So ux value and all how much? U cos theta present. Ax value and all how much? 0, because no horizontal force and all acting in a parabolic path. Only what velocities? Vertical velocities acting. So acceleration and all 0 means then force and all also what happened? 0. Then Vx value, final velocity. So in this place the velocity and all how much? Vx is equals to u cos theta. So initially ux is equal to u cos theta. Vx is also equal to u cos theta. That meaning ux is equals to Vx is equals to u cos theta. That means it is constant. It is constant in total path. Now you find out along the y-axis. Uy value and how much? Uy is equals to in vertical direction Uy is equals to u sin theta, and Ay ball under which direction you thrown? Upward direction. Then acceleration due to gravity acting under which direction? Downward direction. Then you return Ay is equal to minus g. Then at the same time force and all changes. So Fy is equals to what you return? Mg. So here final velocity Vy is equals to how much in this place? In this place Vy value and all 0. So Vy is equal to 0. Now you observe initially vertical velocity is Uy is equal to u sin theta. Final position at highest point Vy is equal to 0. That meaning initial velocity and the final velocities are not equal. So Uy is not is equal to Vy. So it is not constant. Okay, and one more point remember in this topic, In this chapter, the air resistance is negligible. At the same time, the acceleration due to gravity treated as a constant along its path. So now you find out x position of coordinates, position coordinates, position coordinates, and I'll find out now position coordinates p of x comma y. So now once you observe the diagram, in this diagram, let an object thrown with velocity is u with an angle theta along horizontal. So here touching angle you represents as the cos theta. So this u value resolved into two components. Ux is equals to u cos theta. In y axis uy is equals to u sin theta. So at this point, at the maximum height point and all, Vx value and all, what you written u cos theta. At this point, Vy value and all how much? 0. Now I am asking at this point, P of x comma y coordinates and all how much? So now y coordinates and x coordinates and I'll find out at this point P. So now along x axis, along x-axis, by using equation of motion, Sx is equals to uxt plus 1 by 2 ax t square. We know that here Sx equal to what coordinate and x coordinate. So Sx is equals to x and ux is equals to, according to diagram, u cos theta. Ax value and all how much? 0, because no horizontal forces and all acting in a projectile motion. So Ax value and all how much? 0. So now these values and all substitute in the equation. Then you got x is equals to u cos theta t plus 1 by 2 into 0 t square. Now here this total value and all what happened? 0. Then you written as x is equals to u cos theta t. This is the x coordinate. At the same time and all you find out time t is equals to, you written as x by u cos theta t. At the same time you find out along y axis, along y axis. Here also you can use equation of motion. Sy is equals to uyt plus 1 by 2 ay t square. Here Sy means which direction and all you can considering y axis. So you can taking the displacement and all y. At the same time you know uy value, uy is equals to u sin theta. And ay value and all how much? Minus g, because the ball thrown in which direction? Upward. Acceleration due to gravity acting which direction? Downward direction. Minus. These terms and all substitute in this equation. Then you got y is equals to uy value and all u sin theta into t value and all how much here? X by u cos theta plus 1 by 2 into ay value and all minus g into t value and all how much? X by u cos theta whole square. Then y is equals to, you written this u and all cancel. Sin by cos is equals to tan theta x. So tan theta x minus g by 2 x square divided by u square cos square theta. This is the y coordinate. There is a y. Here y is equals to, you written as tan theta is equal to constant, you can take, then ax minus this g by 2 u square cos square theta and all, you written as bx square. This equation, you see, this equation is a parabolic shape or parabolic equation. Next, maximum height. Once we observe the diagram, so now here I draw one diagram. In this diagram, this is the maximum height. Maximum height. Maximum height means what? The maximum vertical displacement of the body is called maximum height, or a point where vertical component of velocity becomes zero. Where vertical component at highest point only vertical velocity becomes zero. So in this place, Vy value and how much? Zero. But in this place, Vx value is u cos theta. Horizontal velocities and all not changes. So at an object thrown with velocity how much? U. With an angle how much? Theta. So that u value resolved into how many components? Two components. Along x-axis, ux is equals to u cos theta. Along y-axis, what you written? Uy is equals to u sin theta. Which direction is thrown? Upward direction. Acceleration due to gravity, which side acting? Downward direction. So now you find out the maximum height formula. So along vertical components, so what are the vertical components? First, initially uy is equals to u sin theta. Finally, velocity how much? Vy is equals to 0. Ay value under how much? Minus g. Then sy value under how much? Maximum height h max. So according to this term, what equation again? Equation of motion. So you written as Vy square minus Uy square is equals to 2Ay Sy. Vy value under how much? 0. Then 0 square minus Uy value is u sin theta, so squaring. So u square sin square theta is equals to 2 into Ay value under how much? Minus g. Sy value is h max. Then you written as minus u square sin square theta is equal to minus 2g h max. Here minus minus get cancelled. Then you return u square sin square theta is equals to 2g h max. Then h max is equals to, here 2g and all multiplication, this side coming what happened? Division. Then h max is equals to u square sin square theta divided by 2g, or u sin theta means what component? Initially vertical components. So in that place also you written as h max u is equal to u square y divided by 2g. Next, we discussing about problem for maximum height. So now, in the given question, a body is projected with initial velocity 19.6 meter per second at an angle 30 degrees with the horizon. So now, draw diagram. How much angle and all given in the question? 30 degrees angle. degrees. Initially the ball thrown or body projected, velocity and all how much? 19.6 meter per second. In the question under what asking? Maximum height under asking. So this is x-axis, y-axis. So now you return ux is equals to what? U cos theta. Uy is equals to what? U sin theta. So in the given data, what that given? U is equals to 19.6 meter per second, and theta value and all how much given? 30 degrees. 30 degrees. What asking? Maximum height and all asking. Maximum height formula and all what? H max is equals to U square sin square theta divided by 2g. So now you substitute u value under how much? 19.6. So 19.6 into 19.6 sin square theta. Theta value under how much? 30 degrees. So you return sin square 30 divided by 2 into g value under 9.8 meter per second square. Sin 30 value is how much? Sin 30 is equals to 1 by 2. So now here 9.1, here 2 times. These two get cancelled. Then here you return 19.6 into sin 30 value 1 by 2. Sin square means divided by 4. Then 19.6 divided by 4 is equal to 4.9 meters is the maximum height. 4.9 meters is the maximum height. This is the maximum height. How much? 4.9 meters. Next question. A body is projected with initial velocity 20 meter per second at an angle how much given? 60 degrees with the vertical. Find the maximum height. So the body projected is 20 meter per second is the initial velocity. Angle and all how much given? Angle vertically 60 degrees. So what and all asking? This maximum height and all how much asking? So you know formula h max is equals to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. Here theta and all were given with the vertical. So you written that formula and all h max is equals to u square sin square 90 minus theta divided by 2g. So you written u square sin square 90 minus theta is cos square theta divided by 2g. Here theta value under how much? Theta is equals to 60 degrees. Initial velocity u is equals to 20 meter per second. That value substitute in the given equation. Then you return u in the u place 20 whole square cos square 60 divided by 2 into 10. Then 20 whole square value is 400 into cos 60 value 1 by 2. So square will be there. So you written as 1 by 4 into 2 into 10, 20. 0, 0 cancel. Then you written as 40 divided by 8. That value and all how much? 5 meters. So the maximum height and all how much value? 5 meters. Next question. A body is projected with initial velocity 30 meter per second at an angle 45 degrees. Find potential energy at the highest point or maximum height. This is the highest point. This is the highest point. This displacement and all says as the maximum height. In this place already you know that this value and all Vx is equals to u cos theta. This value and all Vy is equals to 0. According to the question, the initial velocity is 30 meter per second at an angle how much? 45 degrees. So we know the formula about potential energy What formula? Potential energy PE is equals to mg h. At highest point means how much displacement there, maximum height and all there. So here a body projected, the mass of the body here you consider as a 1 kg. Then you return. Then the potential energy PE is equals to mg into h max formula. Maximum height formula what? U square sine square theta divided by 2g. So in the h max place and all you substitute u square sine square theta divided by 2g. Then potential energy P is equals to mg u square sine square theta divided by 2g. This g and m cancel. Then remaining terms and all 1 by 2 m u square sine square theta is equals to potential energy. Potential energy. These formula and all were applicable at the highest point. Now, according to the question, mass and all how much given? 1 kg. So, in m place 1 substitute. In the u place and all how much initial velocity? 30. So, 30 square sine square angle and all how much? 45 degrees. Then you written as 1 by 2 into 30 square value means 900 into sine square 45. Sine 45 value and all 1 by root 2. So you written as 1 by root 2 whole square means 1 by 2. Then this value you written as 900 divided by 4. 900 by 4 value and all how much? 225. So here energy. So energy units and all what? Joules. So at the highest point in this place, the potential energy is 225 joules. Next problem. We find out kinetic energy at the highest point in a projectile motion. So, according to the question, a body is projected with initial velocity 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second at an angle 60 degrees with the horizontal. The mass of the body is how much? 1 kg. 1 kg mass. Find kinetic energy of the body at the highest point. At the highest point means maximum height. At the maximum height and all, what velocity present? Only Vx velocity. Vx is equals to what? U cos theta. Vy value what happened? 0. What velocities only changes here? Vertical velocities changes. Horizontal velocities and all constant. So now formula, we know that formula kinetic energy K is equals to what formula of mv square. So you find out first of all v value. Here y-axis term and all 0, x-axis term and all u cos theta. So first and all you find out the vector. So v bar is equals to, we know that vx I cap plus vy j cap. So v bar is equals to vx value and all u cos theta I cap plus vy value and all 0, 0 j cap. Then v bar is equals to written as u cos theta I cap. So the magnitude value under mod v is equals to written as u cos theta. So the velocity under how much? U cos theta. These velocities substitute in the kinetic energy formula. Then kinetic energy Ke is equals to 1 by 2 m into v place and all you written as u cos theta whole square. Then you return 1 by 2 m u square cos square theta. Now kinetic energy Ke is equals to 1 by 2 m into u value and all how much? The question 20. So 20 whole square cos square angle and all how much given? 60 degrees. Cos 60. Then 1 by 2 into mass and all value 1 kg. So 20 means 400 into cos 60 value 1 by 2 square means 1 by 4. Then you return 400 divided by how much? 8. 4 twos are 8. 8 ones are 8 50s are. So kinetic energy value at highest point is 50. So units under what? Joules. Then kinetic energy Ke at highest point is 50 joules present. Next, a body is projected with initial velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal. Find ratio of potential energy to kinetic energy at the highest point. At the highest point. In this place, you find out potential energy to kinetic energy value. So, we know already formula potential energy is equals to what formula? 1 by 2 m u square sine square theta. And the kinetic energy at the highest point is 1 by 2 m u square cos square theta. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Then equation 1 by 2, then potential energy divided by kinetic energy is equals to 1 by 2 m u square sine square theta divided by 1 by 2 mu square cos square theta. 1 by 2 mu square, 1 by 2 mu square and all cancel. Then potential energy divided by kinetic energy is equal to sine square theta by cos square theta is equals to tan square theta divided by 1. Then the potential energy divided by kinetic energy at highest point is tan square theta. Next, a body is projected with initial velocity 10 meter per second 10 meter per second at an angle 45 degrees. Find velocity of the body when the body makes an angle 30 degrees. When the body makes an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. With the horizontal. So in the question under what asking, find the velocity of the body at 30 degrees time. So first of all, here how much angle initially 45 degrees angle, velocity under how much 10 meter per second. So you return ux is equals to u cos theta. Here vx is equals to you written as v cos this theta and you consider as alpha, v cos alpha. Then you know in a projectile motion horizontal velocity is under constant. Then ux is equals to vx. Ux value under how much there? U cos theta is equals to vx value under v cos alpha. According to the question, theta value under how much? 45 degrees and alpha value under how much? 30 degrees. Then u u value under how much given? U value is 10 meter per second. So u value is 10 meter per second. So 10 into cos theta value under how much? 45 is equals to v cos alpha value is much 30 degrees. Then 10 into cos 45 value is 1 by root 2 is equals to v cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. Then you return v is equals to 10 into 2 divided by root 2 into root 3. This value I written as dividing and multiplying with root 2. Then this root 2, this root 2, 2 and all cancel. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. That's why you written as v is equals to 10 root 2 divided by root 3 meter per second. This is the answer. Next topic, time of flight. Time of flight means what? The time taken by the body remains in air is called time of flight. Or the sum of time of ascent and time of descent is called time of flight. So now you observe here, ball here thrown into an air This total part, the object in which place in the air. From this place to this place to this place, you say the time, how much time taking, the time and all you say as the time of flight. Or this place to this place, you say as the time of ascent. And this place to this place, you say as the time of descent. This is the maximum height. Maximum height. In this place and all, Vx value how much? Already you know that Vx value and all u cos theta. This and all what highest point Vy value and all how much? 0. With thrown how much angle? Theta angle. With velocity how much? U. So now here along x-axis ux is equals to u cos theta. Along y-axis uy is equals to u sin theta. So now at the same time the ball reaches the ground, then what happened? This is the resultant velocity v. So this is along x-axis. Here theta and all how much present? Theta. This is vertical. Then this value and all you written as vx is equals to what? U cos theta. This value and all how much written? V y is equals to minus u sin theta. Both are in which direction? There opposite direction. Initial velocity and the final velocity. Then now you return vy minus uy is equals to ay t. Ay t. So here vy value under how much? Vy is equals to minus u sin theta. Uy value under how much? U sin theta. Ay value, the ball thrown upward, acceleration due to gravity acting downward. Small t is equal to what? Time of flight. These four terms are all substituted in this equation. Then you written as minus u sin theta minus in the uy place also you substitute u sin theta is equals to in the ay place and all minus g t place and all capital minus u sin theta is 2u sin theta is equals to minus gt. Minus minus get cancelled. Then you return 2u sin theta divided by g is equals to t. This is the time of flight. Or t is equals to, you know here u sin theta means what? Uy. Then t is equals to 2uy divided by g. This is also another formula for the time of flight. Next question for time of flight. So a body is projected with initial velocity 19.6 meter per second. meter per second at an angle 30 degrees with the vertical. Find the time of flight. So u value and all how much given? U value and all 19.6 meter per second, and theta value and all how much? 30 degrees and all given. So you know the formula what? T is equals to 2u sin theta. But here angle angle which with the vertically given. So you written as sin 90 minus theta divided by you written as g. Then t is equals to 2u sin 90 minus theta value is cos theta divided by g. Then t is equals to 2 into u value is 19.6 into cos angle and all how much? 30 degrees. Cos 30 divided by g value and all 9.8. 9.8 ones are 2 sir. Then t is equals to 2 into cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. These 2 is to get cancelled. Then t is equals to 2 root 3 seconds. This is the time of flight. In time of flight, next different question you observe. A body is projected upwards. It takes time of flight is 8 seconds. It takes time of flight is 8 seconds. So now here one person ball thrown vertically upwards after it reaches the ground. Here time of flight and all how much taking 8 seconds. So you know that time of flight formula what 2u divided by g. This 2u by g value under how much given in the question 8. So 8 is equals to 2u by g. First point. Second, if the body is projected with the same speed at an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. So next question and all in the same speed, the object will be thrown with an angle theta is how much? 30 degrees with the horizontal. Speed and all same. Here speed and all also same. Now you return. This is what motion? This is the oblique motion. Oblique motion. This is this one is a vertical upward motion. Vertical upward. So now T is equals to or T dash is equals to in for oblique projectile motion you written as T dash is equals to 2u sine theta divided by g. Then T dash is equals to 2u by g value under how much? 8. So this 2u by g place under I written as 8 into sine angle under how much? 30 degrees. Then T dash is equals to sine 30 value 1 by 2. So 8 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 fours. Then T dash is equals to 4 seconds. Here you observe in the oblique projectile motion, T dash value under how much? 4 seconds time taking. But in a vertically upward time under how much time taking? 8 seconds time under taking. Next, maximum height related question. So now you observe a body is projected vertically upward. It reaches maximum height and all 400 meters. So person thrown on ball. It reaches maximum height and all 400 meters reaches. If it is projected with the same speed at an angle 45 degrees with the horizontal, the height of the body is how much? So now here first in this diagram, h max is equals to what you written? H max is equals to u square by 2g. Here h value under how much given? 400 meters. Then 400 meters is equals to u square by 2g. First note this point. In the second case under what given? If it is projected with the same speed at an angle 45 degrees with the horizontal. So now same speed, angle under how much? 45 degrees. This maximum height under how much? Speed under same speed. U value is same. So now we return h dash maximum is equals to, this is h dash you consider, h dash maximum is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. Then here you observe u square by 2g value is under how much there? 400 meters. Then 400 into sine square theta value under how much given? 45 degrees. So 45 degrees. Then sine 45 value under how much? 1 by root 2. Then 400 into 1 by root 2 whole square. Then you return 400 divided by 2. Then answer is how much? 200 meters is equals to maximum height in a oblique projectile motion. Time. Next topic, time of ascent. Time of ascent means the time taken by the body to reach the maximum height is called time of ascent. So now you observe in this diagram the time taken by the body to reach maximum height. This place under maximum height. So this point to this point, how much time under taking? That time says as the time of ascent. So now here angle under how much? Theta angle. The body projected with velocity is u. Then this u value resolved into two components. Ux is equals to u cos theta. Uy is equals to u sin theta. Then At highest point, Vy value and all how much? 0. This Vx value and all how much? U cos theta. And one more point, the object thrown in upward direction. So acceleration due to gravity acting in which direction? Downward direction. Then Ay is equal to minus g. So you find out time of ascent. By using equation of motion, Vy minus Uy is equals to Ay t along vertical components, along vertical components. So now Vy value under how much here given? 0. So 0 minus Uy value under u sin theta is equals to Ay value under how much? Minus g into t value under what you find out t is equals to ta. Then you written as ta. Then minus u sin theta is equals to minus g t. Then minus minus get cancelled. Then u sin theta divided by g is equals to ta. Time of ascent formula is u sin theta by g. Already we know that what and all time of flight t is equals to 2u sin theta divided by g. Correct? Then here you got what u sin theta by g. So in this u sin theta by g place under what you written time of ascent. Then capital or time of flight capital T is equals to 2 into ta. Then ta is equals to written as t by 2. That means half of the time of flight is equal to time of ascent. Next, time of descent. Time of descent means the time taken by the body to reach the ground from the maximum height. From the maximum height. So this is the maximum height. In the maximum height, vertical velocity under how much? Uy is equals to 0. Because in this case, why I taking Uy value? The object coming from maximum height to ground. So Uy value is 0. Then this time the resultant velocity is v. Then here angle under how much? Theta. So here also how much theta? Theta. Then Vx is equals to you written as u cos theta. Then non-touching angle you written as Vy is equals to how much? Minus u sin theta. Then what and all you find out in the time of descent? Time of descent means from maximum height to it reaches the ground. That is Td. Now you written first of all the components. Then Vy value and all minus u sin theta. Uy value and all 0. Ay value and all how much? Minus g. In the question time t is equals to td. Now you substitute Vy minus Uy is equals to Ay t. Then minus u sin theta in the u Vy place under minus u sin theta. Minus 0 is equals to Ay place under minus g into td. Then minus u sin theta is equals to minus g t t. This minus minus get cancelled. Then u sin theta divided by g is equals to td. This is time of descent. So time of descent is equal to time of flight minus time of ascent. So td is equals to you written as time of flight formula under what? 2u sin theta divided by g minus time of ascent formula is u sin theta divided by g. Then time of descent is equals to written as u sin theta divided by g. So here time of descent is equal to another formula is time of flight minus time of ascent. Next topic, relation between time of flight and maximum height. Let a body is projected with initial velocity u at an angle theta. Velocity and all u. Now you observe according to this diagram, these point and all what you say, the shortest displacement from highest point to bottom is maximum height. So maximum height formula and all what? First of all, from this place to this place, time of flight is what? Time of flight t is equals to 2u sine theta divided by g. At the same time, u sine theta is equals to what you written? This g value dividing this side coming multiplications, and gt divided by 2 is equals to u sine theta u sin theta. You know the formula maximum height h max is equals to what formula? U square sine square theta divided by 2g. So here u sin theta value under how much? Gt by 2. Then h max is equals to you written as u sin theta place under you written as gt by 2 whole square divided by what under you written? 2g. Then h max is equals to you written as g square t square divided by 4 into 2 into g. Then this g, this square and will cancel. Then you return h max is equals to g t square divided by 4 into 2 value is 8. This is the relation between h max and the time of flight. Or 4h is equals to what you written 1 by 2 g t square. This is also one more formula for the relation between time of flight and the maximum height. Next we can discuss about range. So range means the maximum horizontal distance covered by a body during the time of flight. Now you observe here this and all. This from this point to this point the object are in position present in air. So the total time and all how much? Time of flight. So the horizontal distance covered by a body during the time of flight is called range. So from this point to this point you say as the range. From this point to this point you say as the maximum height. Then angle under how much? You thrown theta angle. Projected velocity under how much? U. So now you find out. So along x-axis, why you consider horizontal distance? So along x-axis, ux is equals to how much? Ux is equals to u cos theta. Along y-axis, uy is equals to u sin theta. Ux value is u cos theta you written. Then total time of flight and how much? Time of flight is 2u sin theta divided by g. At the same time, ax value and how much? 0, because velocity is under not constant in a horizontal time. Then s value, the displacement under how much? Range. So by using equation of motion along x-axis, sx is equals to ux t plus 1 by 2 ax t square. Here t is nothing but what? Time of flight. Then sx place under written as range. Range r is equals to ux value is u cos theta into capital T plus 1 by 2 into 0 means ax value under 0 into t square. Then range r is equals to u cos theta t into capital T. This is one formula. Capital T means what? Time of flight. Then r is equals to u cos theta into time of flight formula 2u sin theta divided by g. So now you written as r is equals to u into u is u square, then u square 2 sine theta cos theta divided by g. We know the formula 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So in this place and all you substitute as sine 2 theta, then the range formula r is equals to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. This is the formula for range. In case theta is equal to 45 degrees, then range and all what happened that time? So you substitute theta value in the range, then r is equals to u square sine 2 into 45 divided by g. Then sine 2 into 45 value and how much? R is equals to u square sine 90 divided by g. Sine 90 value under how much? 1. Then you return r is equals to u square by g. So in case theta equal to 45, then range under what happened? Maximum. R is maximum at theta is equals to 45 degrees. Next, you solve one problem about range and maximum height. So, a body is projected vertically upwards, it reaches maximum height. It reaches maximum height. So, H max value under how much given? 400 meters. A body is projected at an angle 45, then the range and all how much? So already you know that the angle theta is equals to 45 degrees. The range under what happened? Maximum range. The range is maximum. So the formula first of all, maximum height. H max is equals to what you written u square divided by 2g. H max value under how much given? 400. So it can be written as 400 is equals to u square by 2g. So range formula under what? R is equals to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. But angle under how much mentioned? 45. 45 substituted means what happened? Sine 90. Sine 90 value under 1. That time under what happened? R max. R max is equals to u square by g. So this is the equation 1 and this is equation 2. So u square by g value under how much? R max. Then 400 is equals to u square by 2g. In this u square by 2g place and all you written as r max. Then 400 is equals to r divided by 2. Then range r is equals to 800 meters. So first diagram h max is 400 meters. In the second diagram you observe the range under how much? 800 meters traveled. Next, the relation between range and maximum height. Now, let a body is projected with an angle theta with initial velocity u with the horizontal theta. So here ux is equals to u cos theta. This side under uy is equals to u sin theta. In the question under what? Relation between maximum height and range. This is the maximum height. This is the range. So we know that the formula, range formula under R is equals to what formula? U square sine 2 theta divided by g. So this formula under I written as R is equals to u square 2 sine theta cos theta divided by g. So now I multiplied and dividing with sine theta. Again you cancel sine theta, same range formula under coming. Now this equation under written R is equals to u square sine theta what happened? Sine square theta. Sine square theta into 2 then divided by g into remaining term under what there? Cos theta divided by sine theta. This equation I written as gr by 2. Here dividing, this side coming what happened? Multiplication. Gr by 2 into sine theta divided by cos theta is equals to u square sine square theta. So here sine theta by cos theta value and all tan theta. Then gr by 2 tan theta is equals to u square sine square theta. So here relation under for range and maximum. So maximum height formula and all h max is equals to u square sine square theta divided by 2g form. Then h max is equals to u square sine square theta. U square sine square theta value under gr by 2 tan theta. So gr by 2 into tan theta divided by 2g. This g and all cancel. Then h is equals to what you written? R tan theta divided by 4 over r. It can be written as 4h is equals to r tan theta. In case if theta is equal to 45 degrees, then 4h is equals to r tan 45. That time what happened? The maximum height 4h is equals to r. Tan 45 value and how much 1. Then 4h is equals to r. Then it can be written as h is equals to r by 4. That meaning the height of the projectile is equal to quarter of the range when the angle theta is equal to 45 degrees time angle. In case theta is equals to 76 degrees 76 degrees, then the maximum height and all the maximum height is equal to range because tan 76 value is 4. Then you return h is equals to r tan 76 divided by 4. That time and all you written as h is equals to r into 4 by 4. Then 4 get cancelled. Then finally answer and all what happened? H is equals to r. Next, relation between time of flight and range. So already we know that 4h is equals to 1 by 2 gt square. This is the relation between height and time of flight. And one more formula, relation between height and range is what? 4h is equals to what you written? R tan theta. So now you written in this 4h place and all you written as r tan theta. Then r tan theta is equals to 1 by 2 gt square. Then r is equals to written as 1 by 2 tan theta into gt square. So r 2r tan theta divided by g is equals to t square. So now you observe this t and r relation is t square is directly proportional to r. So t1 is directly proportional to r power 1 by 2. Then t1 by t2 is equals to written as r1 by r2 whole power 1 by 2. This is the ratio between time of flights and the relation between time of flight and